Hello, everybody. I'm Dan Hollifield, and this is Last Man Standing. If you were really wise, you would have been watching Stupid O'Clock earlier tonight. We were trying to do Joe Dog proud, who has a family emergency and was not able to be with us this evening, and probably will not be with us Saturday night either. So, we did our best, and we hope we succeeded. Please excuse the lisping. I am attempting to learn how to speak with dentures. So ordinarily, I'm doing pretty good, and except for the occasional whistle when I say an yes, it's working out pretty well. Matter of fact, if I do the accent, I can pretty much avoid the S sounds for, well, anything that isn't like 17 consonants in a final vowel, which probably a W, which means I'm speaking Welsh, which I don't do. Anyway, we got Mike, Jimmy, and we got Rich here, and we're
Good
doing
morning.
okay. We got Donna, Carly, Carlene in the audience, and three other people who have yet to identify themselves. One of whom may be my daughter. Or oh, and there's Kiri. He's with us too. I did send you a link, Kiri. If you have time, you can pop in. Um, haven't seen Hyden or Hair or Bill yet, so we are doing okay. I've still got tomorrow in my work week, so
Yep.
when it comes time to end the show, uh, Saturday night, Sunday morning, I can go late, but Thursday, going into Friday, no, because the alarm clock still goes off at 6 o'clock. No matter how long the show goes on. So, gentlemen, what is up with y'all? Tell me.
I received something cool yesterday.
Oh, you really?
Finally came in.
Oh, okay.
So this is by J.D. Calderon about a little mouse with magical powers.
All right.
And yeah, that was my headache last week with DHL being an awful delivery guy. So my dad picked them up with his truck because they were at a distribution center 10 miles away. And he finally dropped them off last night. So I'm a little short on sleep as well.
And Rich, you have been moving into a new apartment.
Mm,
I'm
Slowly
actually
but surely.
in the office slightly less cluttered.
Oh, wow. So
sweet.
you're at the new place? I thought you were still at
We
your
got
family
we got internet
mansion.
last night, so that allowed me to move in. So it's I stayed at my dad's last night. I came, set up the internet last night here, make sure everything was working because it doesn't make sense to lug all my work shit over here, set it up, stuff doesn't work, I have to lug it all
Mm,
back. And then also had to build my office chair, paid for by the firm.
nice.
Hey,
Gotta love it.
Kiri.
$500
Hey,
a year stipend for building my home office. So uh,
cool.
I got to actually get a chair that will actually support my fat ass. I'm
That
so
is beautiful.
and it's comfy.
Even more important.
Yes,
How's
comfort
it?
is exactly.
How's everybody doing tonight?
How's it going, Gary?
Yeah, waking up as
Oh,
always.
um, oddly enough, I have not dozed off yet. Stay tuned.
Go annoy the doggies.
Live footage at the top of my hat
Or just go
Mm,
get your daddy.
any minute
Hmm.
now. Oh, okay. And did I
aw,
All my
And
favorite guys.
mhm.
You're doing
and
great, Michaela.
and
Donna.
unfortunately, we don't have Joe to come terminate the stream when you doze off again.
Yeah, one of these days StreamYard is gonna put in a dead man switch. When your head goes down, show ends.
Barry, that's not the view I want.
Aw,
Pick position, buddy.
you have been possessed by a feline.
Oh, yes. We've had him since conception.
Aww.
Yours or his?
His. I can make a lot of money if this was a 50-year-old cat.
Yeah, you could. Ah, it would be quite remarkable.
Yes, we had both of his parents. Yeah. The daddy loves him too. Are you done now?
No, never done.
No.
Give me love.
Give you for a week. I need love. Yeah, when I was at the old house before I met all y'all, when I would work from home, I was on a love seat, and he would sit behind my head and do just all sorts of weird shit on camera. Just to, as soon as the camera turned off, he'd go somewhere else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got one of those too.
Mm-hmm. One of the ladies at work asked how many cats we had, and when I told her, she was a little bit taken aback because it is a plethora. Um, Matter of fact, it's somewhere upwards of a dozen at the moment. There's one that came up as a feral out of the woods, and Lindsay is doing wonders getting him acclimated to the presence of humans other than her. And then the ones that we have had for a long time, the youngest are about 13, 14 years old. But this other one is like somewhere between 2 and 4. Not really sure exactly. I don't remember when he started showing up, but I should have noticed when the grocery bill increased a little bit. But they're much fun and good companionship. I've got one that will follow me around like a puppy. Matter of fact, I can't do anything outside without making sure he's in a safe place because he will be right under my feet.
Mm-hmm.
I went out to put a new turn signal socket in the car right after I got home from work. Almost stepped on him about 3 times before he goes, I'm going to go over here in the driveway and just kind of relax. You decide where you're going to allow me to be, and I'll go sulk in a corner. He forgave me once I was through working on the car, but not until.
Yep.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So, are we all doing okay this evening?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it. I am very glad to hear it.
I've got a busy weekend ahead of me this week, so I'm kind of excited and nervous at the same time.
It's
We gotta do
amazing
that.
how that works out. So, what are you going to be busy with?
I may be cosplaying at a drive-in event. Not a
Cool.
drive-in event, more like an outdoor event at the park. and I think I'm going to the sunflower fields here locally on Sunday.
Sounds like a lot
Oh,
of fun.
Yeah.
yeah. Have fun, man. Sounds great.
And well, I understand, but really, if you're cosplaying, there's not a lot to really be nervous about. But I understand how you could be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's what's going on Sunday that's got me nervous. So
oh,
yeah,
really? Okay. Well, I hope everything goes well.
thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And Rich, you're looking very dignified tonight.
I'm getting used to bifocals.
Mm.
That does
Speaking of
take some
fans.
doing. That really does take some doing.
Yeah.
If if you have not encountered same before, uh, okay. The only hint I can give you from when I was in that position, if you're going down a flight of steps, look at your feet.
Mm.
Don't look anywhere else. Just look at your feet. Otherwise, you will be grabbing handrails and sliding down rather than walking.
Yeah, any change in
Yep.
elevation, I'm taking them off,
Mhm.
and I'm. That's what I've always done with my glasses anyway. Just because I have a natural propensity to fall up and down stairs to begin with, and I don't really
Mm.
feel like breaking and or losing my glasses.
Yep. Falling upstairs is a definite talent. Falling downstairs is easy. I can do that all day long, except for the broken bones. But
You can do
Mm-hmm.
that even sober.
Yeah,
oh, sober, it's even easier. When I'm not sober, I know enough to take very, very careful
It's like, yes.
steps. Mm. Sober, I think, okay, everything's fine. And I go, okay, I meant to imitate Jerry Lewis there. I hope he doesn't sue from beyond the grave. Um, oh, Lord. Let's see. Tomorrow, yes, for 45 more minutes, it's still tomorrow, is my mother's birthday and my oldest stepdaughter's birthday.
happy
Oh,
Oh, Merry
birthday.
happy
birthdays to you both.
birthday. Yeah.
So the family is going to treat mom to a dinner at Texas Roadhouse, which
Hmm.
hopefully they will have some seat cushions for a change. Mom doesn't like the hard seats, and I don't either. Um, they will have their air conditioning uncomfortably low for me.
Hmm.
I probably will take a coat, no matter how weird it looks. My my daughter, um, one of her adopted girls, has strep throat, so she
Oh.
is avoiding human contact at the moment and taking care of Courtney, who is the little girl with the strep throat, and she's having to miss out on school right now.
Hmm.
Um, her formative years. Um, God, how that child has grown since the first time I saw her. She was teeny tiny, just teeny tiny thing, pocket size. Now she's getting up to, well, high school freshman sort of size, but she's not quite to that point yet. But um, earlier tonight in Stupid O'Clock, uh, Lindsay's oldest daughter was in the audience and commenting. I'm going, oh Lord, I got to be on my best behavior. And she goes, no, Daddy, you don't have to do that. Or no, Papa. She calls me Papa. Um, she's used to me misbehaving. Another reason why I love my children, they are used to me being a complete and total loon. Um, and they're not embarrassed much. Um, I
I'll
wish I
start
could.
dancing in the middle of Walmart with my youngest, or at my youngest, and they'll run away, and I'll be like, "Come on, dance with Daddy."
Lindsay and I have actually been in TJ Maxx when Dancing in the Moonlight came over the PA. And we're right there in the middle of the store with rich women all around us blowing money on what should be inexpensive junk but isn't. And we're dancing and they're going, get a room. And I go, we got a whole house. We just come out to show off. Deal.
No, I actually got a convention tomorrow.
All
Oh,
right.
cool.
So I'm going to have to get up at 4:30 on a Saturday as well. Head out at 6:30 in the morning. Oh well.
I just got back from a convention on Saturday. It was a one-day convention that Joe Dog and I both went to.
Sweet. This is going to be a small one. I think there's like 75 stalls. It's going to be a market.
Oh,
So, going to be outside. I've looked at the weather forecast. It looks to be okay because in June I had an outside one as well. Except for the first day where it was windy and cold. The other 2 days were so badly rained out that like 90% of the people out on the outside stalls didn't show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I'll be back in a second. Alexa has just informed me that the wife has arrived, so I'm going to go ahead and dish her up some dinner.
No worries.
Yes.
Take it easy, man.
Give her a hug from us. It'll surprise her. Or frighten her, as the case may be. Who are all these strange men? Strange being the operative term.
Oh, yes.
And I'm very proud of that. I worked hard to be strange.
She's married to me. Strange is a very high bar to beat. She's met my father, the man I learned my strangeness from. Strange is a very high bar to beat.
We can meet that. Challenge accepted.
Should have my dad on the show at some point. He's hilarious. Awful, but hilarious.
Oh, Lord.
There should be a new banner coming in today as well.
I do hope your convention tomorrow goes well. And Carrie, I'm glad that you enjoyed the one that you went to. I hope that it was really pleasurable.
It was.
Good.
Oh, and we got yeah. Yeah, Donna. I think we're up to that challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You may agree or disagree. I don't know which, but I believe we could pull that one off.
Oh, totally.
Oh dear. I have had the dentures in for almost 6 hours now, and they are starting to become just a little bit uncomfortable. But I'm finally try and get used to them. So I'm going to stick it out for as long as I can. One of the reasons I'm doing this while I'm on the shows is, as you can hear, my pronunciation is not quite up to par, but I'm trying, and I just have to learn, or to relearn how to speak. Tomorrow night, I have to relearn how to eat.
Mm.
That's going to be a challenge, but throw a steak in front of me, and I'll do my damnedest. Even if I got to pull my teeth out and gum it, I will eat. Um, I actually have a little Tupperware that I got for an emergency denture storage unit. I had to make sure that I bring that home from work. Got it a long time ago because I
Uh-oh,
was.
he brought the wife. Guys, hide.
Oh, Misty!
Hello.
Hello!
My life.
How are you guys?
Hello.
You're great.
We're strange but bearable.
That's usually
Yeah,
the
that's
best
normal.
description.
Yeah, that's me. So
Well,
You can hear a happy kitty.
Get that much over me that you're just covered in cat hair when I hug you. I'm sorry.
my goodness. Wow.
All right, so I'm going back to getting her dinner.
You guys have a good night.
You
And
too.
you.
She's adorable.
Yeah, that's literally the first time I've seen anyone bring their wife out. Usually it's, oh my god, I don't want to do anything with these weirdos.
I actually have an on the air light so that my wife doesn't barge in when the camera is live because she hates being on camera. And she's gorgeous and really sweet, but she's self-conscious.
Hmm.
So, meet her at a convention, make up your own mind. I'm sure you will agree. She's extraordinarily sweet. So she just doesn't think that she's ready for prime time or even late night. But
No, it's always hilarious when Randy Zimmerman is out of a show, Sunday Funnies or something, because then suddenly you hear a tiny voice way in the background going, "Are you live still? No, I'm off the air. Ah, good, I can come out."
or Brian's wife, Cookie. You only ever see her hands on the shows.
Yep.
You got to go to a convention to be able to meet her live. Donna, is anybody ever ready for us?
No, that's the fun of it. They gotta learn fast.
Well, let's just say most folks are more prepared for a Martian invasion than they are for us.
Yep.
Seriously.
Let's see.
Oh, I hate to do
All right,
it.
do I need to be afraid if I'm making this Pezgon?
Oh, no, not at all. You get to meet Carl and Donna in person, which is absolutely fun.
And Brian.
And Brian, yes, which is not even more fun, but additionally fun.
And I get to hang out with Nick, which I haven't had a chance to hang out with him in a while.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. One day I'll be able to hang out with you guys.
Totally.
But then again, I'm
Yeah.
6 hours away.
6?
By plane, it's like 8.
By plane, it's like 12.
No. If you take a straight flight from Amsterdam, it's about 10 hours.
Last time we Lindsay and I went to England, it was 11 hours from Atlanta to, no, 12 hours from Atlanta to London, and 11 hours from London back to Atlanta, but we caught a tailwind on the way back.
I did 10 hours to San Diego from London. And
You got a whole lot faster plane than what I got.
yeah,
Must
British
have been a
Airways.
Concorde.
No, I think it's because they can go more north when they go on further flight. So
There was a volcano in Iceland we had to detour around in order to not crash because of volcanic ash being sucked into the engines if we'd taken the direct route. So
yeah.
I'm gonna go to the beer fridge. I will be back in just a second. I'm really seriously thinking I need to pull the dentures out, but then I'd have to be away from the camera for quite a while to clean them up before I can put them away. So I'm
Yeah.
just going to keep on enduring. It's
You only
not
got 30
painful.
minutes.
It's not painful. It's just getting
Uncomfortable.
yeah, but
Yeah.
comfort is a relative thing, and it is a state of mind. And believe me, my mind's been in such a state for my entire life. Nobody would believe it. Permanently, I'm going slightly mad. No, I've been there for a long, long time.
And now there were two. Oh, Lordy.
That's all right. I left the camera going.
Mm-hmm.
I only had to take like 3 steps.
All right. Because beer is in good supply and it's nearby.
Well, Lindsay bought me this little bitty refrigerator about, it's less than a foot tall and about 8 inches wide, and it will hold 6 beers. And it keeps it nice and cool. You can't keep beer in it all the time because it's not actually a refrigerator, it is a chiller.
Yeah.
So if you leave it overnight, beer going to be warm. But for about 6 or 8 hours, works great. Man, it's not a bad state to be.
No, it's not.
Well, I wouldn't know. Yeah, I would.
If I leave my grin behind, remind me that we're all not here and it's okay.
I keep thinking of Freddie Mercury's last performance on a video. I'm going slightly mad. It's one of the weirdest Queen videos that has ever been made, but it's still so touching and so entertaining. I just absolutely love it, and it's definitely a good testament to the man. Sense of humor is always important. Never take yourself too seriously, and never take anybody else seriously at all.
Let's see.
If you can't see absurdity surrounding you all the time, and even if you have to be polite and not grin like an idiot when you notice it, still, in the back of your mind, it's okay to notice the world is insane. Always has been, always will be, if we're lucky. If it ever starts making sense, shit done hit the fan. Damn, I didn't mean to get all philosophical there.
That's okay. I was just typing something a little philosophical to someone as well while you were talking about that.
Yeah, evidently philosophy is a communicable disease too.
Oh, yeah. I was just
Oh,
telling somebody the way I see it. Life is just leveling up in a role playing game, whether that be Dungeons or Dragons or a Japanese RPG like Final Fantasy.
Let me see. Sorry, I was taking care of a quick commission. I had to sign someone's business card.
it's all right. You don't have to apologize. We don't demand slavish attention.
No, but if I miss something, I usually get called out for it.
Hey, it'll probably be Donna that calls you out, not us,
Fair
because
enough.
she notices everything.
I've noticed that too. Yeah, it's
It's
terrifying.
also fun. It
Oh yes.
really is. The badinage is incredible. Let me tell you that. When you are within a group of people where you can make a casual observation about something only slightly ridiculous, and they can elevate it to completely ridiculous,
Mm-hmm.
you have a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord, yeah, yeah, little old you, Donna, little old you. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
and Carl and Joe Dog and oh Lord, our entire circle of friends. Well, circle. It's more of an irregular polygon of emphasis on irregular.
All over the place and all kinds of people.
hmm And some of them in alternate dimensions, and some of them in alternate dementia. Um, hey, you can tell I meet these people at conventions.
Oh yes.
They still put up with me because they only get like 3 days at a time, and then they can escape. But my wife, Donna, will understand. 24/7 people. Oh dear. Yeah, it's a superpower, all right, Donna. It is indeed.
Well, today
Oh,
is going to be moving again. That's why I'm in a
again.
tank top because I'm out of work there. Well, work gear.
Uh-huh.
Being a mover as a side job is something else. Mm.
Somewhat lucrative, but not entirely pleasant.
No, it's actually a lot of fun. Like it's a very fun group to work in, and it's something new every single day. But on these kinds of days, I don't draw because if I do, I get home between 5 and 6 p.m. And if I start drawing, then I'm going to be suddenly it's going to be 11 p.m. and I got to get up
Uh-huh.
back up at 4:30. We actually start late today at 7:15, so I can go until 6 a.m. for me, so midnight for you guys. But I told them at the end of June, for July and August, I can go full time. Literally the next day, JD Calderon comes up to me. Hey, do you want to publish these books of mine? So suddenly, my stress is up to here, trying to take care of this. So July has not been fun. August has been getting better.
Hmm.
and I'm finally being able to sleep again. But I have, besides my live shows, I haven't been able to touch my art at all. It's it's kind of depressing, really. But yeah, it's part of the job.
Yeah, I understand. At work today, they started finally pulling out some of the testing machinery that has been temporarily filling up my lab
Oh,
and putting it back where it goes. So, sometime within the next week or so, I will get my lab back. And the worst thing is the computer for that testing machine was also in my lab, and we had to share an Ethernet cable. So if I
mm,
needed to use my computer, I had to move the cable. In order for other people to use their computer, I had to put the cable back.
yeah.
We couldn't use a splitter. We couldn't use an
Mhm.
Ethernet hub.
Switch.
Yep, because corporate's IT people would see that as a break-in attempt and cut the entire factory off.
Wow.
Overreacting, yes, but they did get hit by the ransomware attack a few years back,
Mm,
and the entire corporate network was down for about 2 weeks. Lost
yeah.
a large truckload of money
Hmm.
for not being able to be interconnected the way that a multinational, multi-billion-dollar corporation is supposed to be in order to function. So I understand, even though it is inconvenient for me, but you know, got to protect the source of income for 17 more months, and then I will be retired.
There you go.
I, I'm looking forward to it, really. Um, it's like, okay, never have to wake up with an alarm clock again unless I'm at a convention and I want breakfast. I'm looking forward to that, believe me. I hate my alarm clock. I really do. And it's been 45 years of getting up and going to work and coming home and going, I'm too tired to do anything. Well, I won't be able to use that excuse anymore. I will have to do stuff whether I'm tired or not. Trying to get done with all the emergency household, um, this and that
Mm,
before I retire so that I can just slouch around and write all the time or, whatever. Kind of looking forward to being a full time writer.
yeah, I believe that. For me, like the side job is just paying for me being able to print books. Hopefully next year, with the amount of conventions I want to hit, um, which is pretty much going to be every weekend of the year, I should be able to drop it. But yeah, like it's starting to take a toll on me
Mm-hmm.
mentally and physically, to the point where I'm like, yeah, I can't afford this kind of job besides what I'm doing on my own. It's running 4 full-time jobs.
Yeah, but only one of them is paying the bills or the most of the bills.
Yeah.
And that's the one that, even though it's taking up time, you could be doing other things, it is paying most of the bills.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
No,
kind of hard to leave.
I gotta start getting these comics into bookstores, um, which has problems of its own, especially with the European market where comic stores have such a constant supply of high quality stuff of all kinds of for all kinds of audiences that
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, how am I going to get in there? So I'm probably going to start making a catalog and just sending those out to comic stores all over the Netherlands. Because yeah, I'm starting to look at monthly new books at this point.
Wow,
Yeah. Um,
that's quite a deadline.
Randy. So I got Tall Tales and Oswald right now. I got Bloodwing Angel coming, and Randy has been giving hints on maybe getting something published through me as well.
Hmm.
And I can do a book a month with my side job. So maybe. You know,
Yeah.
then there's still Love on Cora. There's the Radiant Sight, which is being produced, which is a yearly book as well. So yeah, it should be doable. But I'm waiting things out. You know, these are series that I've been going for so long that I can have regular updates. Um, some of them, are, like Tall Tales, is mostly complete, so I can literally just send it out whenever.
Well, I got some particularly good news last month.
Hmm.
I called up the folks that I have my domain registered with, and they offered me a 20-year domain registration.
Wow. Awesome.
Wow.
I went for it. So
Yeah.
now Aphelion will be a registered domain for the next, well, until 2043, because
Wow.
Nice.
I still had a year to go on what I'd already paid for. Now the monthly paying for the web space and everything, that's to a different company,
Hmm.
and we have jumped from we've jumped all the way through the personal website space up to the lowest tier corporate website space. Because in the last 25 years, we have filled that sucker up in the personal domain. I mean, seriously, we were thinking about we would have to delete stuff in order to upload new stuff, which would really ruin our archives of everything that we have had published for the last 25 years.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and go, okay, for an extra $20 a month, we get twice what we
Yeah.
have now. And I'm going, I can do that.
Worth.
I
Yeah.
can do that.
Totally
It's
worth.
well worth it. It's well worth it. We've got everything that has ever been published in Aphelion, except for the stuff that we've been asked to remove, so people can market that to pro publishers.
Hmm.
But that leaves roughly 4 gigabytes of text.
Wow.
Yeah, and all that's all that is stories. And The only things that have been removed are from the well, from about 100 or maybe 200 of the almost 500 writers that we have helped turn pro in the last 25
Wow.
years. So, you know, people go, "How do you do this for so long? What do you get out of it?" And I go, "I've given the world several hundred brand new writers,
Mm-hmm.
and all I got to do is pay for the web space and cheer them on because they do all the work.
Yeah.
I'm just going, this is great. Send me more."
Yeah. No, I'm exactly the same. Like, send me your comics, so I can get you into a new market. Like,
Hmm.
it's not to make money; it's to show the world what we're made of.
But that's one thing that I've been very adamant about is we don't sell ads. We don't have any membership fees. We don't have any reading fees. We don't have any publishing fees. It's entirely free. If you want to read, you can go back 25 years. You want to write stuff, we'll put it online for as long as you'll let us until
Mm.
you tell us to take it down. And the fans, the readers, and the other writers will comment on your stuff and give you critiques and help you learn to be a better writer until you reach that point where someone is actually paying you for your work.
Yep.
That is my reward. I get an email that goes, "Hey, I just sold this. I'm getting paid now. I'm a pro." And I'm going,
Mm-hmm.
"That's wonderful. But now you won't send us any more stuff because you're not getting paid for it."
Yep.
Well, they still do from time to time. And we've got a few of our writers are have been pros for a long time, but they write in other genres. We've got one lady who is an amazing mystery writer. That is what she's known for. That is what that put her name on it. It sells. It's a mystery. She sends us her science fiction because her agent, her publisher, says, "Look, we we can't market this. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not on brand.
Yeah, it's not what we do."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Okay, I'll send it to Dan."
Yeah.
And there are several people in that same situation. Um, we're known for this, but we want to do that just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Send it over here, and we will see what the fans make of it. It's been an amazing ride. Let me tell you. I keep making the joke, quoting the Grateful Dead. "What a long, strange trip it's been," but it's still true. It's still true. Um, it has been long. It has been strange, and it has been a trip. And I'm not ready to get off the ride yet.
No, exactly.
There's more people that I won't say need help, but could use some exposure uh, in the good way, not the you can die of exposure way. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but
Well,
can use the feedback from readers to um, learn a bit more about what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong, and get a little bit more comfortable with putting their work out there in front of an audience.
And that's the thing too. Like getting paid in exposure isn't always a bad thing.
Mm-mm.
Like a lot of newer creators are going to be like, yeah, I don't work for exposure, especially like the mid-grade ones. But here's the thing: exposure isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes you have to do a job that pays less or doesn't pay at all because it gives a lot of exposure. But the point is like look at what your wins are. Like
Mm-hmm.
where who wins when you create this thing? Do you win with a lot of extra attention, or does the person that wants you to make this thing gets a lot of attention and you get nothing? You know, like a lot of Marvel comics. You know, up until a couple of years ago, nobody knew you. That's fun for money, but not for being an artist and being proud of your work. And like even back pay royalties or something are sometimes the best way to go. You know, it
Well,
doesn't pay the bills today, but
one of the things I'm proud of, I'm not making any money off of anybody.
yeah,
I'm not here to make a living off of this. I'm here to give people a place to gain readers
yes,
and to get feedback and to learn marketing tricks,
yeah,
how to format their stuff to whatever the publisher they want to send it to. Read read the guidelines for every publisher you intend to send it to, even if that means you have to reformat the damn thing 5 or 6 times if you're sending it.
mm-hmm,
RTFM.
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm,
Read the manual. Yep. And that's something that used to be hard to get through to some folks. We have had writers go, "Hey, my words are written, carved in granite. Do not change
mm-hmm.
a single punctuation mark." And we go, "Okay."
Changing to courier is going to destroy the artistic content. No, no,
Yeah,
not.
no,
No, considering that the normal font for a web page is Times New Roman.
mm-hmm,
Um, if you want special fonts, you've got to indicate those in the HTML code. And if you want lots of special fonts, you're going to have to submit it that way
mm-hmm.
because I'm not doing it for you. Now, I have done that. I have done that. I've got one novel that has at least 6 different fonts, some of them in different colors,
Wow,
as well as illustrations.
mm-hmm,
And unless you put that down as an ebook and you go through the right ebook publisher, it's going to be difficult to have the same as what was done as a web page.
yeah,
And if you go through a print publisher, different colors, illustrations, and different fonts are going to cost you more, going to cost the publisher more, going to reduce what you get paid from the publisher
mm-hmm,
because it's a little bit harder to do. It's not impossible, it's just difficult.
yeah,
Now, I've been talking to my publisher and going, it would be great if we could do the web page version as the ebook and do the black and white non-illustrated version as the print, even though in order to get it to read correctly, you would
mm-hmm,
have to change fonts and font sizes.
yeah,
But they'd still be black and white instead of an entire rainbow. Um, it's really gonna. There are two scenes that take place in internet chat rooms, text only chat rooms. Back in the day, full color, special characters, all kinds of stuff. It's really great when you read it as it
Yeah.
was written as a web page. I can understand why that will not work in print.
Mm-hmm.
And I want people to be able to read it because it's one of the best things ever written. I did not do it in a vacuum. I had several editors, several, and I listened to all of them, and it became a better book that way. But we'll see what works out. These things will happen as they happen, and I'm not stuck on anything. I just want to get my stuff out there where people can read it.
Yeah.
And I've got a lot more that I need to knuckle down and get written before I run out of time. Because I'm not a teenager anymore. I do have a deadline. And there's a reason it's called a deadline.
Mm-hmm.
Because when it runs out, I'll be dead. And I've got a lot of things. It would be a shame for all the stuff in my head to go to the grave with me. So I've got to churn out as much as I possibly can in the next 20 to 50 years. Should I be so lucky?
Should we be so lucky?
Oh, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
I might have to see if I have got anything written that I can send you, Dan.
Oh, please do. Uh, Rich, tell Carrie what you're doing with something you found on Aphelion.
The challenge you gave me, or some of the other stuff based off of the that writer's challenge.
Well, both actually, but
Okay, well, like they actually kind of dovetail into one another. Um, so I actually found out about Dan years ago. Didn't realize I found out about him. Nick Tucker. The hell? Missing? I don't know. Ah, Harry. Um, he really wanted in. He threw himself against the door. But so I found out about Aphelion, or is it Aphelion or Aphelion?
Aphelion.
Pardon?
Mm-hmm.
Aphelion.
Aphelion. Okay. So I've been pronouncing it wrong all these years too. So I found out
So does my mom.
about Aphelion, and one of the things I saw was this writer's challenge that had, I think, like 42 different books. And I printed it out, and I've actually kept that thing with me for about 15-ish years or so now. And when the well starts running dry, I start looking at some of these, and I just start writing a snippet. It might be only a couple hundred words, maybe even just a couple of paragraphs, just something just to keep things going. And one of my favorite lines that I saw in there, which actually, just it's always been fuel, and I haven't had to go back to the document to remember that is, I really hate to kill a man for bad manners. I was so happy when he took a shot at me. So was it in the green room, or was it Last Man Standing?
I think it was Green Room. I think it was Green Room.
Yep. Dan has challenged me to actually put something together based off of that, and make sure I get it sent in. So
Cool.
that is one of the projects that I have been working on and working with, um, as well as some of the other random weird crap that goes through my dysfunctional brain. Um, so yeah, so it really easily dovetailed into each other.
Yeah. So years and years ago, I came up with this page of narrative hooks,
Hmm.
and I go, these would make great stories. Not necessarily for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I put them out there, and I go, hey, this is a challenge. This is the first line of your story. This is what gets the readers interested. See what you can do with it. And a lot of people, and I do mean a lot, maybe 40, 50 people, have come through and used one of these narrative hooks to write a story.
Cool.
Could be long, could be short, doesn't matter. But they go, hey, I read something into that and turned it into something else. And here you go. And I'm so very proud that I've been able to literally kick somebody in the seat of the pants and get them started putting something together.
A couple other my favorites that again I don't have to reference the document for that they just stuck with me and resonated with me is I believe it's the first or second one on that list, which was Hell opened up and spat out a hero.
I
I'm rather
approve.
I am rather proud of that one.
And then another one that I love is the thing about being a wizard is it's centuries of boredom interspersed with moments of sheer panic.
Wizard's first rule: it's never easy.
Yeah, but these are just things they come to me and I go, this would make a great story, but not necessarily for me.
Yeah.
So I offered them to the universe, no charge. Make of it what you will. Give me credit for the first sentence.
Okay, I gotta start heading out to work. Well, prep food and stuff. So I will talk to you guys hopefully on Sunday if I'm up early enough, depending on how long I travel. So have a good one, guys. Stay awesome. And yeah, we'll take it easy. Okay.
Have a good one. Be
All
safe.
right.
You can.
Don't work too hard. Stay hydrated. Well, he's gone, but he'll see it in the rerun. Yeah. I have actually turned a couple of those into stories of my own. And sometimes different writers will use the same line and come up with totally different stories, which is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It just shows you that no two minds think exactly alike.
And sometimes you can look at that line at two different points in time and jump off two completely different stories. Like
Uh-huh.
the challenge that Dan put forth to me, I am actually going with a fantasy bent. Whereas the first time I started doing anything with it, it dealt with an undead hitman to the mob in Chicago.
Both would be wonderful.
Which I recently found the snippet about the from the talking about the undead hitman, and I made sure I saved that down once I found it again because I'm like I'm not losing this again.
Yes, definitely.
And
There
I
was
kept
there
doing
was
things I was
one
plugging in while you guys were doing stupid o'clock. What's that hard drive that has that on it?
there was one story that I had to rewrite it 3 different times from memory because the editor I sent it to lost it time and time again. So I had to go back and recreate it over and over. No two were exactly the same, but the concept was. And that finally wound up as a sequel to one of the first novels I ever completed. But it was not the first impulse because that disappeared. It was not the second impulse because that disappeared. Third impulse, okay, let me do this right this time. And I saved it in multiple places because I finally was able to do that. When before, I didn't have the resources to do it. Thumb drives did not exist. So now I've got it saved all over the place. And that particular sequel has been finished. And it does have a beginning, middle, and end, and it does tie into exactly what is the sequel to, which it may not have the first time exactly. It kind of did the second time, but third time I got it right. Lightning in a bottle. So we shall see. It is sitting at the publisher now with the novel it's a sequel to, and hopefully that will see the light of print soon, because publishers had it for quite a while now. I know he's been busy with other people's stuff. I'm just patiently waiting my turn. There are other things that I have gotten involved with, and I'm going, this is not my usual style of thing. This is not my usual genre. I'm trying something different. I do have skills that I brought to it that are common with what I normally would write. But this is fantasy. And I normally write science fiction. So fantasy is, for a science fiction writer, fantasy is a different sort of challenge. I like it. I don't read an awful lot of fantasy. I did back in the day before I ever thought about being a writer myself. One of the best things that I could ever tell a writer is read everything that you can lay your hand on. Good, bad, indifferent. Whether it is in your genre or something way out of what you would normally do. Because everything you read teaches you something. May not be a big thing, or it may be a big thing, but it doesn't matter if it's Reader's Digest condensed books or a joke book from 30 years ago or the latest developments in astronomy or some of the latest stuff that's ever come out with underwater archaeology, just to throw something out there. Everything you read will teach you something. Watch movies, good, bad, or indifferent. Watch TV shows, good, bad, or indifferent, although if they're bad, you better be learning why they're bad and how not to do that. Otherwise, it's going to negatively impact your readership. Everything, people watch. Watch everybody around you. Understand how interpersonal relationships work. Even if you're not good at it yourself, I'm not, but watch how people act. Try and understand their motivations. Even it might be somebody that just rubs you the wrong way. You absolutely cannot stand that person. If you understand what makes them that way, you can use that to make a character that rubs you the wrong way, but is still an interesting character. Here I am giving writers lessons on Last Man Standing. I shouldn't be doing this. I should be doing an Aphelion program doing this, but it's more fun doing it right now. And this is the way my brain works. Um, you know, 10 dimensions at once, and most of them not very well connected to reality. Uh, Chris, yeah, Three Ravens is Three Ravens has got that. Three Ravens has got the prequel to the Tom Darby spy stories. Um, Hopefully, we'll see that soon. And they've got they've got something else that I've done too. I can't remember. I sent them three complete novels over the last. I think it was almost a year ago. Oh yeah, Chris, do listen to bad music. That lets you know what the good music is. And don't be afraid to use music, good, bad, or indifferent, as something, uh, not just a soundtrack to a story you're writing, but it's one of those things that music helps you understand how people work, how they think, how they feel. Um,
The
it's
right song as you're listening to it, as you're writing a scene, can help you really get into that because it fills you with the emotion you're trying to evoke.
mm-hmm.
And as long as you're filled with that emotion that you're trying to evoke, you've got a better chance of pushing that out to other people. If you're trying to write a really sad scene and you're watching a Robin Williams comedy on TV, doesn't really come across,
It's
really
it's
doesn't
not
play as
it's not going to
authentic.
help while you're writing. And another thing is, if you're interrupted in the middle, you can always pull that song back up again and get back in the mood, and pull the story up again, back in the mood, and keep going. Um, Guys, we've been going for an hour and 15 minutes now. I really have to pull these dentures out. They're getting annoying. It's going to take me a while to clean them, and then I've got to take a shower because I've got to go out for a birthday dinner with my mom tomorrow. We're going to have to call this one a little bit early.
That's
I don't
fine.
want to I don't want to just run off and leave y'all for half an hour because it's going to take at least that long. So, last words, both of you. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what's coming up in the next day or two, and then I'll hit the button and we'll call it a night and hope to see each other over the weekend.
Oh, you go first, Rich.
Okay. More cleaning up the office here. Actually, as soon as we are done here, I actually have to set everything up so I can actually work in this space, not just play on my personal PC. Um, yeah, this weekend is probably getting the rest of the stuff from Dad's and actually getting to live in my house instead of just visit. Well, apartment, but still, instead of just visit. And then as soon as all that's done, get back into my 5 6s, my minimum 500 words a day, and working on that challenge.
And I'm gonna stream tomorrow and go cosplaying for a local event Saturday and go to the sunflower fields on Sunday. I probably may need to do something as well, but yeah. And probably fix my Windows 95 installation too.
Wait, Windows 95 installation?
Yeah, I kind of broke it during one of my streams, so I'm just gonna have to reinstall it.
You're talking about a virtual box, please, not
Mhm.
an actual machine running 95.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm like, dear God.
Some of us are dedicated to antiques.
I've built machines running on older stuff than that, but that's because Windows 95 wasn't around when I built those machines. Back in my day, get off the lawn, you little whippersnapper.
Get off my floppy drive.
My kid's actually across the room, so I can't wave it at the moment.
All right, gentlemen, it has been absolutely amazing, and thank you very much. Can't wait till the next time we're together. I'm sorry. I have put off trying to get used to these damn things for far too long, and now I've
They're in my
made the
near future.
commitment. You know, plastic teeth, yes, okay. Don't come near me, I'll gum you.
Next time we talk, remind me to tell you my favorite denture story with my mother.
Oh, okay. I'll try and remember that. Oh, okay. Good night.
Mom's story's really fun.
Good night, Chris. Good night, Donna. All right,
folks.
here we go.
Good night.
Well, see you hopefully, if not tomorrow, then Saturday.
God willing.
Thank you very much for being here. And let's go to the bedtime story.
Transmission overload. System will shut down. shut down. System will shut down. System will shut down.